What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, it is the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Gorilla, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from January 8th, I should say, 2022. This will be your Impact Hardcore, no, Impact Hard to Kill 2022 results for this pay-per-view that took place in Dallas, Texas, at the Bomb Factory, which is the venue under the promotion of Impact Wrestling. Your commentators were Tom Hannifan and D'Lo Brown. Ever takes the Ring of Honor World Championship title match. You have Ian Riccaboni, who was one of the best commentators coming out of Ring of Honor, who was taught by the best commentators in Kevin Kelly. Your ring announcers were David Penzer, and for the Ring of Honor World Championship title match, Bobby Cruz, who's one of the best ring announcers coming out of Ring of Honor. Brian Hebner, Brandon Tolley, and Daniel Spencer were the referees. Surprised there was no Ring of Honor referees. Like a Todd Sinclair, who's one of the best referees coming out of Ring of Honor as well. Now, I don't know if he's going to be back at Ring of Honor, though. With his Ring of Honor coming back, though, but we'll see. And Jim Merrick, who was your interviewer. So, that being said, let's get right to it, folks. There was a dark match happened between Havoc defeating Savannah Evans by pinfall. It was an Impact digital exclusive shown on back in January 11th, which I don't think makes sense. I don't know if that's supposed to be the date itself. I don't know. It says 1/11, 11 basically. So, but it was 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Don't know how the match was because it was a dark match. So, but the pre-show matches though, it features Jake Something defeating Mammoth Fulton by pinfall in 5 minutes and 25 seconds. There was an instant match, so we'll tell you. There was another pre-show match that featured Mike Bailey defeated Ace Austin, Chris Bay, and Laredo Kid by pinfall in a 4-way match in 8 minutes and 10 seconds. They showed a replay of the match to join the highlights with Mike Bailey beating Ace Austin in that match. So Ace Austin took the pinfall. Funny how that works. And now we get to the opening show of Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill that was live on pay-per-view. Tasha Steelz versus Alicia Edwards versus Josie Green versus Jordan Grace versus Lady Frost versus Rosemary in the first ever inaugural Knockouts Ultimate X match, where the winner becomes the number contender for the Impact Knockouts World Championship. This match lasted 9 minutes, and all I can say is this match was pretty good. It lived up to its expectations. There was a few delays and sloppiness in a way, but either way, I thought they knocked out of the park here for this the first ever Ultimate X match for the Knockouts, and I thought they stood and they delivered what they could do. Coming into this, Tasha Steelz gets a win the whole thing. But Chelsea Green tried to get it, but Tasha Steelz stole that thunder from her. So, if you ask me, Alicia Edwards was not one of my picks to win here, obviously. But I thought she did pretty well too here, in a way. And there was some weapons involved too. So, not much to say about the weapons of it, but because I already don't remember much about the weapons. So, then, Kendra, Alicia Edwards, candlestick. So, but congratulations to, Tasha Steelz. Right, the right woman won, in my opinion. For the Impact X Championship match, if Steve Maclin loses, he can no longer challenge for the X Championship title match as long as Trey Miguel is still the champion. This match lasted 12 minutes and 50 seconds, I should say, between the champion himself, Trey Miguel, versus Steve Maclin. The match I thought was pretty damn good. It was a damn good match, and I thought it really followed up and top the Ultimate X match. Because Steve Maclin was pretty damn good in this match. And, Trey Miguel, he was pretty amazing in this match. I think this was the event that Trey Miguel did the whole Spider-Man, Spider-Verse entrance, which I thought was pretty cool. But in the end, it was Trey Miguel gained the win by beating Steve Macklin and ending Steve Macklin's undefeated streak. So he came in, like he said he's going to do. He promised to finally to get that monkey off his back to finally beat the undefeated Steve Macklin for Impact Wrestling, and he's the first to do it. So there you go. Pure rules match for the Ring of Honor World Championship title match. 12 minutes and 4 seconds lasted with the champion Jonathan Gresham versus Chris Sabin. And this match had to follow up the amazing match between Jamaica and Steve Macklin. And World Chasers Jonathan Gresham, one of the best wrestlers in the world. He has a Ring of Honor belt to prove it. Eric Chase to another best wrestler in the world, and Chris Sabin. And the story here from World Chase to Ian and Rick Cabani was that Chris Sabin was owed a Ring of Honor World title match during his time in Ring of Honor. And this was their way to repay him that that wish for him. And this match again had to follow up on top the match that the X Championship match happened. And guess what? Not only it did, but it's also being one of the best wrestling match on the card. Wow, no other match top this match at all. Not even the Impact World title match couldn't even top this. And I'll get to the main event. What was the main event? But no match of that high caliber couldn't top that match. It couldn't even touch the surface, the level that Johnny Gresham and Chris Sabin of what they did on that night, and it was amazing, stupendous. More than WrestleMania. But in the end, it was Johnny Gresham getting the win, retaining the title. Josh Alexander versus Jonah in 17 minutes and 5 seconds. And this match was pretty damn good too, especially what Josh Alexander did in this match, where Josh Alexander from the top rope going to dive onto Jonah in the crowd. And like himself, oh my god, please don't do it, please don't die. And he made it, and like, oh my god, that was scary, but he made it. And like, wow, but that was a great highlight of that night. Oh man, that was amazing. And these guys were killing each other in this match in a way. And then, coming to this match too, you just debut Jonah. The last thing you want Jonah to do, you're showcasing this monster, this new persona, this new unstoppable force in Impact Wrestling. You don't want to have him lose, do you? And then you have Josh Alexander, where you can't have him lose too, because he wants some revenge, he wants some redemption, he wants some rebellion against Moose for what he did at Bound for Glory. So the last thing you want to do is just do it, take that moment away from Josh Alexander too as well. So in a way, it's a lose-lose situation for both guys. One of them has to lose, unfortunately. But in the way they did it in a strong way. But I did not agree on how they did it with Jonah here, because they had Jonah tap out. And yes, he been through a couple of it, and he tried to get out of it, attempt to get out of it in a way, but still no avail, because Josh Alexander hit the ankle lock, and Jonah tapped out, and Josh Alexander wins. Either way, it showcased both guys strong, despite how I feel about Jonah tapping out. Hopefully he'll bounce back, which I think I kind of did, but the way his momentum and his team did kind of cool down because of his loss here. Maybe you still have Josh Alexander win. Maybe Jonah could have been disqualified. I don't know, but in a way, you still want Josh Alexander to get his revenge on Jonah for what he did in a way, and you just want him to get away with the next one. But in a way, again, it's a straight way to that happen, but it is what it is. Someone has to lose, someone has to win. It's just the way it is. So, but we'll see. Especially what Josh is going to be doing with so what we get to. 10-man hardcore raw. Well, not really. Hardcore war, I should say. 23 minutes and 25 seconds lasted. The team was Eddie Edwards, Rich Swann, William Mack, Heath, and Rhino versus the Goobers of Doc House and Carl Anderson for the Impact World Tag Team Champions. And final by design out there, Dina and Joe Dory. This was basically This is basically like war games rules where another participant comes in. Basically they start with two opponents from different sides, from different teams, and then because the here's one, they got the advantage of this one. So I don't know the actual order of it, but when Ortiz do not come out, they had their own type of weapons. AOS, you got Kenny, that killing stick. Rich Swan, I don't remember what his weapon was. I don't remember what Max weapon was. I don't remember what Heath's weapon was. I don't remember what Arnold's weapon was. Just like Ortiz to the Good Brothers and Graphic Design, but they had their own weapons in a way, and they were killing each other's match, and it was great. It's just all type of match where it's one of those garbage outlaw mug show type of match that you'll see, but this ends up being pretty damn good on purpose of what these guys were doing. And in the end, it was the babyface is going over. So I thought that was great. This match, how this match ended up being. So yeah, but I think it was like either Heath or Ron got the win for the team. All of a sudden, after the match, we see Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCO, Vincent, and they have Maria Canellis on the outside watching on as they're beating up on the winning teams. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I thought that was great the way they did it. Basically, we're getting guys that came from Ring of Honor to invade Impact Wrestling. Why did they of all people they came to Ring of Honor? It's beyond. I mean to Ring of Honor, to Impact Wrestling, I should say. It's beyond me. But we found out more of it, how this ended up happening. And we'll get to that, and especially when we get to that. I think it was how ridiculous that was. So we'll get to that. But I was intrigued at first, but then all of a sudden, you'll find out why it's not intriguing anymore. Once I get to that. So, but tune in for that. Then we get to the three-way for the Impact World Championship match. 16 minutes lasted with Moose, the champion, versus Matt Cardona versus W. Morrissey. And this match was great. What a match this was. Matt Cardona showed why he definitely belongs in the world title match. W. Morrissey, he's shown a lot to me of and being in that caliber of a match, especially with him being tall and jacked in a way. He's got that look. And then you got Moose, who's always been delivering, in my opinion. I know someone that doesn't appreciate Moose's talent. But I digress. But this match was great. You had times where W. Morrissey could have won, even where Matt Cardona, where he could have won. But in the end, and I can't remember if Trisha Green got involved. She might have gotten involved. But in the end, it was Moose getting the win over on Matt Cardona, proving Moose's point about Matt Cardona, that he is a mid-Cardona. So in a way, they protected W. Morrissey of losing here, because they're now building up W. Morrissey versus Moose, which we'll get to how that ended up being, which I thought was great. But yeah, but Moose has retained. But that was at the main event, which that should have been the main event, because I thought that match was great. What ended up being the main event was, and it's no disrespect to Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo, where it's the match that they were given, but this Texas Death Match for the Impact Knockouts World Title. 19 minutes and 4 seconds lasted, where Matthew Guerrero, if he had interfered in the match, Deonna Purrazzo not only she would have lost this match, that is Texas Death Match that has no rules, but Matthew Guerrero will also be fired from Impact Wrestling. So the match happens. Mickie James defends her title against Deonna Purrazzo, and they were killing each other in this match. But at the same time, this match was not as enthusiastic as I thought it was going to be. It takes this heated, blooded feud between these two. I expected them to go all out in a way. There were some parts where it was, the timing was bad, and there were some parts that didn't look good. And that's one of the reasons why that this should not have been the main event. Again, it's not these two. So these two are amazing at what they do in the ring. But I feel this got in the way too much. And then when Matt Riddle came out, but he didn't really interfere that much. He didn't really try to cause Mickie James, so it didn't really count for him to be fired or for Deonna Purrazzo to lose. Deonna Purrazzo still lost either way. Especially when they started promoting showcasing Deonna Purrazzo's new attitude swing in a way, with her dressing differently now, and I thought that was great. I wish you would continue doing that, but she decided not, to go back to doing what she wanted to do, which we'll get to where she's gonna lead to. So, but there you go. That was the main event. Number 6 about it. About the main event. To me, again, if this match was going to be a main event, it should have been semi-main event, and then the main event, to actually end the show, should have been Moose, Macrodella, and Chloe Morrissey, because all three of them had great performance. And I thought this main event between Mickey James and Yara Brasso, it didn't really impress me that much. So, but my overall strength for the show, I'm just gonna come to that right now. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Now, I don't remember if I said it was 9 out of 10 when I just in the asylum and pertains to the asylum show, but I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a great show. It delivered. Hard to Kill definitely delivered for Impact Wrestling. But that being said, what pertains to Impact Wrestling, Impact Hard to Kill 2022, that will do it for the January 8th, 2022 edition of it. So that being said, thank you for watching. I'm just going to end it from here because I want to catch up for the artist, formerly known as the Natural Born Drummer. So say peace on the streets for you